Greetings everyone, and thanks for joining us on another paranormal pit stop. Tonight, our focus lies on the historically significant locale of Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia, a place we actually had the pleasure of visiting at leisure in 2004, and that holds a very special place in our cold hearts. Colonial Williamsburg, whose main center is located off Visitor Center Drive out of Williamsburg, Virginia, is a private foundation and living history museum that also acts as a 301-acre historic district and includes several hundred restored or recreated historic buildings. Historically, Williamsburg was founded as the fortified settlement of Middle Plantation in 1632, and in 1699 it was officiated as the capital of the Virginia colony and was renamed as Williamsburg. In 1780, after the capital was moved to Richmond, Williamsburg's growth would slow drastically, though the College of William and Mary would continue expansion. On May 5th of 1862, in the heat of the Civil War, the Battle of Williamsburg would erupt, and though it would eventually end in a draw, casualties would total a whopping 4,000 between both sides, with the Confederacy eventually withdrawing and the Union setting fire to a number of structures. Restoration of Colonial Williamsburg was started in 1926 and was headed by Reverend Dr. W.A.R. Goodwin and financed by none other than John D. Rockefeller Jr. Today, the community is populated by historical reenactors who expertly educate and demonstrate aspects of lives long past through the use of work, dress, and even vocabulary of the era. Over its many years and up into recent times, staff, actors, and visitors have reported a wide range of paranormal activity throughout the whole of Colonial Williamsburg. And from personal experience, let us tell you their lantern-led ghost tours are worth every half cent. The Shields Tavern, which was first opened in 1705 by John Moreau, who in 1745 passed ownership to his daughter Anne and her husband James Shields, is rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a reenactor named John Lowe, who for many years portrayed Shields himself. Following his passing, colleagues begin telling of encounters with his presence about the property. The tavern is also rumored to be haunted by members of the Shields family, by the ghost of a little girl who was hit by a carriage and killed in the street out front, and on numerous occasions, an ominous black mist or fog has been captured in photographs of the exterior. The apparition of a man in white is frequently spied around the Wythe house, which once played home to prominent attorney George Wythe. At Josiah Chowning's Tavern, employees often arrive to work to find furniture completely rearranged. And at the Weatherburn Tavern, the Public Hospital 1773, and the Williamsburg Public Jail, many have reported disembodied footsteps, abnormal battery death rates, doors that open and close on their own, orbs and silhouettes captured in photography, various full-bodied apparitions, and voices and commotion that seemingly emanate from thin air. The Peyton Randolph house, which dates back to 1715, acted as a hospital through the American Revolution, and it's said many died within. Later, it's documented that a little boy died after falling from a tree on the property, that a little girl perished after falling from an upper window, and additionally, that two men on site killed each other in a heated argument, and those braving the grounds have described disembodied voices, bootsteps from empty halls, the glowing silhouette of a man in 18th century clothing, and an unsettling feeling near the window from which the little girl fell. Across the College of William and Mary, lights are known to turn on and off by themselves within the Barrett Hall. Phantom piano music has been heard from the Phi Beta Kappa Hall. Shadowy figures and strange noises have been sighted and heard within the hedge maze at the Governor's Palace. And in the Wren Building, which also served as a hospital through the Revolution, many have reported encounters with the full-bodied apparitions of wounded soldiers. The King's Arm Tavern, which was constructed in 1721, is rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a former employee named Irma, who was killed in a fire after she dropped a candle, and whose ghost has since formed the habit of snuffing out unattended candles. And at the Fort Magruder Hotel, which overlooks the battlefield and features authentic cannons, many have reported encounters with spectral Confederate soldiers that are most often sighted roaming its halls. Lastly, along Hangman's Road lies the site that was utilized following the death of the dread pirate Blackbeard in the execution of his remaining crew members, and those walking the stretch have described a constant unsettling feeling, otherworldly noises from the skies, and the disembodied sounds of wagon wheels and horses' hooves. Thanks for tuning in for this paranormal pit stop. We hope it didn't leave you too chilled. Good night.